Hello, my friends, and welcome back.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip where somebody is having an anxiety attack at the prospect of somebody living in a larger body coming and sitting next to them on a plane. A fat activist is going to get upset at this person for having an anxiety attack. So now we're pushing people with actual disabilities and problems to the side at the behest of fat activists. It feels similar to when we were taking handicap spots. I went ahead and classed the joint up for you. You're welcome. Please click like and subscribe so that I may apply comb to mustache. Rebranding fat phobia as anxiety. Anxiety. Pfft, look at you. So people can't have anxiety anymore. It's just fat phobia.
Oh, bless your heart. Look at your cute little small, petite, tiny little leg shakies.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I have never heard or seen a more bitter display in all of my life. Tell me you're bitter and jealous without telling me you're bitter and jealous. Can you recall a time when you heard more bitterness in somebody? I can't. Look at your little leg shakies. Your little leg shakies, she said. This person has anxiety, and you're making fun of them because they don't want another human being to be halfway into their seat. Are you kidding me?
Okay, but actually, let's not do this and let's not let people get a pass when they do this.
I agree. You don't get a pass by making fun of somebody's anxiety because you're insecure about your weight. I know that a lot of people in this movement are insecure about their weight, and they've been lashing out at other people that have actual conditions, but, dude, no, you don't get to lash out at people and say that they have the problem because you're insecure, bro. What? Her actual condition is invalid because you're insecure. Dude, stop. Little leg shakies? Dude.
And what I mean by this is weaponizing mental illness.
Weaponizing mental illness. Actually, you're weaponizing the concept of marginalized groups and trying to make yourself impervious to criticism by saying you're one of them. No, people are allowed to have their issues, dude. She didn't even have to say that she has any kind of mental illness. She could have literally just said, "This is giving me anxiety," which would be completely valid. You don't have to have a mental illness to get anxiety about something. We all get anxious about stuff. There's a lot of situations that a lot of us would like to not be in that make us anxious. It's ironic that you're saying that she's weaponizing mental illness. I think you're weaponizing this idea of fat phobia. Anything that makes me feel bad personally is some kind of phobia.
The fact that OP paired a video of their leg shaking with a caption that claims that they have anxiety about a specific scenario is weaponizing their mental illness.
Or just expressing their own opinion. We can have opinions. Weaponizing mental illness to say that it gives you anxiety to think of another human being that's a total stranger being halfway onto my body. Actually, I consider that assault. That's more like assault. Them assaulting me. Part of you is on me and I don't want it there. That's assault.
Against their bias.
Their biases, you mean?
Anxiety is often irrational and illogical, but
Anxiety is often irrational and illogical. So stop being anxious, okay? You and your mental problems or whatever, shut up, all right? It's illogical and it's dumb, so knock it off. Take it from a group of people that are struggling with addiction. Your anxiety is invalid and it's irrational. Okay. Even though you're in your own seat, minding your own business, and having your own mental breakdown inside of your own mind that's really not affecting anybody else, you're the problem apparently, even though somebody else is literally halfway onto your body, touching you with their body. Fat activism causes brain damage, okay? I think we can all agree on that. Or rather, we can't really agree on that because it's like chicken and the egg thing, right? Maybe you were already brain damaged and that's why you joined fat activism, or does the fat activism cause brain damage?
it should never be an excuse for discrimination, bias, race.
What? Nobody's doing any of those things. Somebody doesn't want to sit next to another human being that's going to spill into their seat. It's very telling that you try to bring up all this other stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the price of tea in China, homie. Let's try to stay focused here, okay?
Ableism, ageism. If you truly feel
Okay, so she just named a bunch of isms and phobias and tried to tie this person's behavior in with all of that. It was a desperate ploy to grasp at some semblance of victimhood or relevance. Okay, you just named a bunch of groups and things that have nothing to do. Let's try to stay focused here, okay? So there's somebody that has anxiety, an anxiety disorder, and they don't want somebody to lay on them. Essentially, right? I don't want that either. I don't even have an anxiety disorder, and I don't want you to lay on me. I don't want random people to lay on me at all, dude. I don't know you. Like I've said before, you ain't even bought me a drink. You haven't even complimented my eyes, and you're already laying on me, bro? What the hell? I'm not sure if I've told this story, but one time I was on a Greyhound bus, and this dude next to me was falling asleep, and he kept going like this and putting his arm on me, dude. It was so weird. The first couple of times I was like, dude, what the hell? Knock it off. And then, you know, it started to feel pretty comfortable, so. We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary next month.
Feel you have anxiety against anyone in a marginalized group?
What? There was no marginalized group, and even if it was, who cares? You can have anxiety around whatever group you want, and the particular group that you just referenced was not marginalized in the slightest. Having enough abundance of food to eat until you become obese is hardly marginalized, my friend. That's very privileged behavior indeed. Can we just go around declaring ourselves marginalized and then nobody's allowed to question us anymore? This is why I don't believe in marginalized or protected groups at all. You can all get it just the same. Literally nobody's protected and nobody is impervious to being called out on their shenanigans, dude.
That's not anxiety.
But she said it was, and she's the one experiencing it, and she's allowed to feel whatever she wants to feel, and she's allowed to say whatever she wants to say about how she feels. You're not the boss of anyone. There's some kind of irony when people who can't control themselves want to control you. I'm not trying to be mean, but
That is your innate hate.
What? Because she had anxiety? Because she didn't want somebody to lay on her? Because that's what it is. This isn't somebody sitting next to you. This is somebody laying on you. Why do we keep pretending like it's something that it's not?
Peeking through. See, when you make a video like that, where you're framed as a cute little small victim, you have people in your comment section that want to come and defend you, when there are people that are rightfully calling you out for what it is, fat phobia and ageism.
Fat phobia and ageism? What? Ageism? What? How's it ageism? You don't want somebody who's obese sitting next to you and it's causing you to have anxiety to the point where your leg is shaking, is what the original video was showing. And this person is saying that it's not only fat phobia, but it is ageism, madame. What? Ageism how? And also, what would you know about ageism? If we're gatekeeping mental illness and saying this person really has one and this person doesn't, then I guess you have no right to talk about what is ageism and what is not. Either way, the whole thing is just moronic. This whole game of who's marginalized and who's not, and the oppression Olympics, it's moronic. And anybody that participates in it has the IQ of a turnip.
Like, explain to me how the white woman is the victim in this scenario.
Because somebody's going to come and sit next to her and spill into her seat. That's how. Isn't it ironic? Wasn't this person just talking about a bunch of phobias and isms?
1, they have enough money to book a flight anywhere.
1, obese people have enough money to eat until obese.
2, they have the privilege of knowing that the seat is going to fit them.
2, they have the privilege of buying a ticket and flying somewhere just like anybody else. Obese people, I'm talking about.
Because the airline accommodates for thin people.
Because the airline allows obese people to come on and spill into other people's seat and not pay extra money and completely inconvenience and destroy the trip of everyone around them.
The actual victims of this scenario are fat people that are discriminated against based.
No, the actual victim is the person who had the anxiety attack and is now being attacked by you because of your own insecurities. The only victim here is the original poster who you are completely crapping all over. And if you look at the comment section on this video, this person's followers are saying a bunch of ridiculous nonsense about fat phobia and blah, 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 talking out their neck with all the same moronic talking points that this person just said. Imagine spilling into somebody else's seat and then painting yourself as the victim. Imagine inconveniencing everybody else around you and then painting yourself as the victim and saying that the whole world needs to change. That's the fat acceptance movement summarized. This look on your face perfectly encapsulates your entire argument.
Off their weight. Public transportation is often not designed with them in mind.
Yeah, why would it be?
On top of any physical discomfort that they might experience, they also have to watch out for people like you.
She needs to watch out for people like them spilling into her seat because she has anxiety about it.
Now that's a reason for anxiety.
No, she can have whatever reason for anxiety that she wants. You're not the boss of whose anxiety is valid and whose is not. In fact, you're not the boss of anything.
Worrying that some stranger, some person you don't even know, is going to have a judgment or some sort of attitude towards you based off of some preconceived notion of you before they even spoke to you. But instead of
So somebody having a preconceived notion about you is worse than somebody physically spilling into your seat.
advocating for a change that would make everyone comfortable on a flight, you made a video that has thousands of people in the comment section defending your fat phobia.
Your video has a bunch of people in the comments section making fun of this woman for having anxiety and saying a bunch of moronic stuff.
Because you've weaponized mental illness.
No. Weaponizing mental illness, I guess, means bringing up that you have anxiety and you don't want larger people spilling into your personal space. So if I were to complain about having any sort of other mental illness, then I would be weaponizing that too, right? Due to my schizophrenia, I don't like the color green or something. And then somebody who loves the color green is going to come along and be like, you're weaponizing your mental illness so that you may use it to further your anti-green agenda or some stupid nonsense. Dude, be quiet.
This is something that I've seen white women do often, and
Whoa. Okay.
it's not exclusive to white women, but it's white women most of the time.
Okay.
Where they hide their hate behind
They hide their hate. How ironic is this, right?
white woman frailty, and just get away with shit like this. And I'm tired of it, and it's annoying, and you're not cute, and I think you have a stinky butthole. Yeah.
The irony of you saying that this isn't cute is delicious. The hypocrisy is laughably stupid. In closing, do I think that people with anxiety are allowed to feel nervous about having some obese person come sit next to them and lay over into their seat? Yeah, I think you're allowed to feel that anxiety. Do I think this person is weaponizing their mental illness? No. I think that they are experiencing the anxiety that they're allowed to experience. I would experience a similar anxiety and I don't have any kind of condition. I don't know if the original poster even said that they had a condition or if they were just showing their legs shaking and saying that they had anxiety. Who knows? But general anxiety around somebody laying on you, a stranger, is obviously valid, right? Why don't I come lean on you like this while you're sitting on a bus or a plane and get all up in your personal space? Why don't I enable you to smell my breath? Okay, as a stranger on public transport? Why don't I be that close to you? Why don't I be up in your personal space to that degree? So this person is completely ridiculous, and I disagree with everything that they said. Everything that this person said was some of the dumbest drivel that I've ever heard in my entire life. Please click the like button and subscribe. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.